What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Block Hash Podcast channel. Today, we're going to do some chart analysis on Ripple XRP. But first, make sure to check out our sponsor, NITROBETTING. They are the top Bitcoin betting site online where you can bet and wage in casino games, sports books, race books, video games, you name it. It's your crypto. Have fun. Go to nitrobetting.eu to check it out or in the links in the description down below. All right, so let's take a look at what we got going on here with XRP. Clearly, it has been over 2 months now since Ripple beat the SEC. It launched up in price. There was a huge expectation that it was going to do so. And then it fell off a cliff over the last 2 months, completely retracing as far as 4.2 before settling here in this really tight range around 4.9 and just below 50, excuse me. So actually right below 53, just above 49, 48-ish, more or less. But it's in that range. So what does that mean? Oh, sorry. I need another cup of coffee. It's been a long morning, guys. It's been a long 2 months. These charts have been ridiculous for crypto. It's been so silent. I'm just surprised we haven't had more noise in the market yet. But I think we're going to soon, and that's what I want to talk about in particular. So you go back to as far as June of 2022, over a year and a couple months ago. That is where XRP truly bottomed out. All right, this is the daily chart, just to kind of give you as much accuracy as possible. We've seen an upward trend in XRP. Very slowly, over a long period of time. We saw that a bit in 2020 as well, a little bit of an upward trend before we finally broke out. That equivalent could be, what you're seeing here in 2020, towards the end, which kind of falls in line with my 3-year theory that seems to be pretty true for most altcoins. I'd have to go back a bit farther. God, why am I yawning so much? Ugh. This market's so tired that it makes me tired. They're so quiet, it makes me tired. Good Lord. But, we saw this trend happen in 2017 as well, a little bit more violently, but here in 2020, where you started to see some momentum for XRP. This one's just been a little bit longer since summer 2022. But you see this in a lot of other altcoins, including Stellar Lumens, HBAR, etc., you name it, where you have this slow grind out, and then sometime over the late fall, November, December, oh, it's back again. Holy crap. Yeah, comment down below if you think I should drink more coffee before doing this. But here's the thing. Every 3 years, we get this move. There's an initial jump. This one happens in November. And there was a jump here for XRP when we got the SEC news in July. Now, if that news didn't come in, we'd still be going sideways. But the chart would say that we're starting a bull cycle come late fall. 3 years in, here we are, November 2023 into December 2023 is kind of what I'm looking to see if the same thing can happen, if there's a correlation there. So far, we're on track. I do like where XRP is for the most part. It's always typically been stuck around 20 to 25 cents, but it seems to have turned that high into a relative bottom. You gotta get through it. Ugh. Good Lord. It's like the fifth one. But XRP also has a local top here at like 92, 94 cents that it has to break. The last time it was through that, or at least close to that, was December 2021. So quite a while ago. We went up and retested this area, and obviously we pulled back. There's some strong resistance. To get over $1, it's going to take a lot more legwork. But we're getting closer, and I think that XRP is getting ready to register something very big. The question is just when. Like, we don't have enough liquidity in a market to funnel such a large scale jump like we did here. Like this was all news driven, all hype driven, right? Are we going to see that again? Maybe, potentially, but we want something sustainable, right? We want something that is going to, sustain us above these levels. Like if we want to get above $1, don't we want to stay above $1? We have all this talk of going to $5, $10, 100, 1,000. For that to ever be practical, there has to be long-term liquidity stuck in XRP, which means people either have to be using it or you have to have TVL, something along those lines. XRP is not like Ethereum, where you have applications and smart contracts, you have staking, all these things that keep value on the platform. XRP is very different because it just functions as a remittance. So it's going to bank heavily on those partnerships and getting used by banks and payment providers and partners. When that happens, it's going to be very fascinating. Now let's just look at the technical stuff so we can get a gist. On the daily for the Bollinger Bands, actually, I think the daily is probably not good for this chart. We're going to go to the weekly. The weekly is going to tell us a little bit more. All right. We're going to adjust these just slightly. On the Bollinger Band, we're just sitting below that moving average. I don't think this is even a necessary trend line. Maybe we'll take, let's get rid of that one. I'm going to look at the bottoms here. This one's probably not necessary for now. Obviously, you can see that trend a little bit more clearly to the upside, but this pullback definitely registered. We're waiting to see, coming through this moving average, do we go down 6? Holy crap. Do we go down and touch that Bollinger Band on the bottom band and then come back up? Or will we have a buoyancy effect like we did here, where we dip below, come up, dip below, come up, bounce, come up, bounce, come up, dip below, will we come back up? We haven't seen it yet, but on the weekly, we're starting to curl, which is a good sign. And on the MACD, we're just waiting for the sell volume to trickle off and to go green again, which we have not had since mid-August at all. But we've had a lot of green volume for XRP since August of 2022. So this is the first red volume on the weekly for the most part, other than the 2nd of January. So XRP's been pretty good. We turn this corner, you're looking at, something possibly happening like this going into next year, getting that initial wave up, maybe by the end of the year if we're lucky, big pop next year. Other scenario is we find a way to go straight up. There's no catalyst for that. Or we break down, at least as far as the Bollinger Band, maybe even the moving average. So let's see where the moving average is at. So the 200-day we have in our pink. It's very tight right now. I don't want that. So we're sitting right on that 200 moving average below the 150 and 20 from the looks of it. So it's difficult, right? Yeah, the fact that we got through it here sometime in March shows me that we did turn bullish. I want to see us hold that 200. If we can hold that 200, XRP is relatively fine. On the weekly, it looks relatively fine. The MACD hasn't turned yet, but it probably will soon. Go to the RSI. RSI, we're trying to turn. The moving average is still heading down, but we're right smack in the middle. We're not oversold. We're not overbought. 7. Whew. Can we get to 10? Good Lord. But no, the RSI, even though it's down on the weekly, it is starting to turn around a little bit. So that could be a good sign. But there's not much happening for XRP. There's not a lot of news. There's a possibility that at this New York party they're having here in September, maybe they will announce an IPO. They announce an IPO for XRP. That could be another catalyst that kind of turns this party around. Maybe drives a little bit more money into it. It's probably going to drive a lot more drama. It's going to make the SEC a little bit more active. Maybe they'll appeal. I don't know. There's a lot of things that could come out of this. But the biggest thing I'm waiting for at XRP is, can we get some kind of positive news in the form of partnerships? Like, can we get a bank, payment service provider like PayPal to come out and actually offer a real service so I can go use it right now and take advantage of the fact that it uses the XRP ledger? Like, we need real use cases in remittance. It's about time. Like, we've had this industry for a long ass time at this point. Bitcoin's been around since 2009. That's what, over a decade. That's almost a decade and a half at this point. The Bitcoin's been around. And Stellar and XRP, I believe, have been around for almost at least a decade at this point. So we should have remittance at some point integrating some of these chains, especially Stellar and XRP. The reason I'm so bullish on Stellar is I think fundamentally it is a better blockchain. It is just as fast and it's clean. It doesn't have the same controversy that XRP has. That's the main dilemma that I have with XRP and why I don't hold it anymore. I used to. I held a lot of it for a long time, but I moved it to XLM because I think it's an underrated project. Granted, XLM isn't out there creating news, but they're not creating drama either. They're building real use cases, doing real things. I think XLM will have it today, just like XRP will. It's coming. It's coming. It's just, God, it's a matter of when. Like, you think about what caused it to spike. It was a whole bull market cycle, and you saw XRP get to some crazy levels, and I think it'll get there again. You saw the potential here when it wicked up to like 93 cents. With the growing trends, it will happen again. And if this is, any bit similar, it retraced all of its gains, just like everything else has done. But especially since the news came out, it retraced everything. Then at some point, 4, 5, 6 weeks in, after bottoming, there should be a move to the upside. That's what we're looking for. And that should take us to much higher levels. So here, when we stop out and curl, over the coming weeks here in October, are we going to move? Are we really going to make a bull rush to the upside and to higher levels? I think that's entirely possible. I just don't see the news or what that catalyst will be. Again, I want partnerships. I want integration. I want applications. I want things we can actually use for XRP. That is going to bolster the price, not some hype. Of course, XRP can go to a couple dollars on hype alone. If you want to plan for that, plan for that. But I'm planning for long-term success, and I want to see that happen. So it's tough to analyze XRP. There's just not enough there to look at, other than the fact that over the past year, it is trending up, 1. And 2, every 3 years, like most altcoins, there is a pattern that I'm waiting to play out around November, December of this year. Happened in 2017, happened in 2020. It should happen in 2023. That's what I'm waiting for. So that's it for today's video. Comment your thoughts down below on XRP, XRP Ledger, Ripple Labs, what you guys think about the direction of it. I'm curious, just like you guys are. We're just sitting here analyzing, trying to figure out what's the most realistic scenario. Like the video, share, comment your thoughts again, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you have, thank you so much. You guys are the fucking best, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Cheers.